Hello friends, welcome to FoxuTech. So today we're gonna see another Kubernetes troubleshooting series, and today we're gonna see some real-time example, like one of the most important error or one of the most seen error in Kubernetes. If you are starting your Kubernetes journey, so this error maybe comes up on regular basis, or you may experience in your experience earlier, right? So there could be a different scenarios. This may happen, and why this is important on Kubernetes. So why we have to learn these troubleshooting steps. We can learn everything on the in theory we can learn everything on the online, like we can put some online course or we can just refer some blogs or anything, but when it's coming real time how we are troubleshooting or what are the issues we faced, so that is key challenge, right? So one important thing, if you are preparing for your interview, and this could be the one of the key reasons, so they may ask what is the key issue you faced and how you fixed, and what are the steps you have taken, and what is the possible reason these errors may occur, right? So that all maybe happens in Kubernetes. There is a one another reasons may happen. So we're gonna cover one by one errors, and we're gonna see what is the possible options it may be occur and how we can troubleshoot on different scenarios, right? So part of that we have already we have prepared about basic understanding how you are to troubleshoot, and what is the parts, and related to parts how you can just implement some best practice or some how you can fix some issues, right? So those all we have seen. So now we're gonna see the another error, like this is related to your Kubernetes cluster if you are running, and you may see this errors with whenever you are doing some automation or whenever you are deploying some new deployment, right? So this error you may see, so which is nothing but image pullback error. So what is image pullback error? So it's nothing but, so this occurs when there is a issue with your image, whatever the image you are deploying, that image may have some issue. So when there is an image, and that this could happen, but it's not, or could be only one reason. Why? Because there is a n number of reasons this image may get failed, right? So that is happened. So what is image pull? First we'll see. Image pull is nothing but it's a primarily related to your Kubernetes container runtime, like which is nothing but Docker or any kind of a container instance. It's not able to pull the image and from your public repositories or private repositories, right? Backoff is nothing but indicates whenever it's trying to pull the image, some increasing delay, right? So what Kubernetes does by natively, so it's always try to do something very effectively. If something is not happening, so it's keep on tries, right? So once it's give up until there is a multiple tries are done. So like that, even image pull app tries for 5 minutes. So if there is nothing is happening for a 5 minutes, then only it's give up and you may see this error. Until then, you may see different error, but that is not an exact error. So you have to see you have to wait for a certain time and you have to see this error. And why this happens? So that's what we're gonna cover it, and we're gonna see with the different scenarios how this error occurs. We'll try to implicate that error real time and see that how we can troubleshoot that. Right. So we have listed possible reasons as per our understanding. So we're gonna see one by one. So first one, image is not defined properly, and the image name or path is not correct, right? So what this is meaning? So we may rushing to implement some changes on quick basis, and we may make any kind of a human typos. As we seen, the human errors are highly possible wherever it doesn't matter, right? So, but it's not so good to have a good understanding on the environment, so that will help us to fix any kind of issues, right? So, what is the reason here? What I mean here? The image name or path is incorrect in a sense. See, if there is something like you can use public image or you can use the private image. So public image is nothing but it's maybe publicly available on either on CKAD square.io, or if you're using a Docker Hub, so you can use just public images and you can pull it and you can use it, right? So let's say in case, so you are using something called like a private repositories, and in that private repository, you may have a different path as you may have ABC/TE, like that image name. You can define your own path. So the path may be not exactly same. That could be one of the reason, or the image name has any kind of typo, or there is no such a image even in any of the places, right? So that all could be the reasons. That is what we have mean here. So let's see that. Let's put some examples, like try to give some uh, let's try to give some wrong image name, right? So with that, we're gonna try how we can reproduce this issue and what is the possible ways. Obviously, we're gonna discuss, or we're gonna just give the suggestions, right? So we'll see that one by one. Let me log into my demo system. So with that, we can see what is happening, right? So it's okay. And in this, we're gonna see most of the details. So hope that may be helpful for you. So you can also practice and you can see, try to reproduce the error. So with that, you will get some hands-on experience, right? So let's assume. Okay, this is my box. So let me log in. I have logged into my box and we're gonna see some demo apps, right? So let me put something called kubectl. Let's try to run. So some name I'm gonna give like a image1. I'm gonna name it, and I'm gonna say the namespace is testing, or let me put a demo as a namespace, and I'm gonna say which image it's going to use. So as there is no image, the scenario is the image should not be present, then only we can reproduce, right? I'm gonna put something like a FoxuTech/FoxuTech, right? So image, and I'm gonna put a version called latest. So with this, what will happen? So obviously it should give a error. So as I don't have a demo namespace, I'm gonna create along with this. So demo, and then it should create me that, right? So you can see this image, the pod is deployed. Skip this error. I'm using a latest version, so it's accepted. And so let's check that pod, right? So the pod should be on demo namespace, and you can see this is pullback, right? How you can identify what is the issue? Some case you not deployed, but some of your team member or some other team may be deployed, and you have to troubleshoot as if you are a SRE or DevOps engineer. That is your primary role. So what you can do, you can just describe first, right? So describe this pod. Describe pod name -n. I'm gonna say demo as a namespace, right? It should give you the details, so you can see it here. So the state is image full is error, and there is nothing is populated yet, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the event for that. Get events. All right. So this is what we have tried. So just 2 minutes before. And you can see this is trying to create it, right? So this is the image it's trying to found, and it's saying it's not found. So let's try to filter for, right. So this event only for this particular image. So you can see it here. So this is the image we are trying to pull. And when we are trying to pull, it's telling either it may be accessed in it, or the image is not present. So that we know about it. So let's go and check the image is present or not, right? So this error may be confuse us sometime. Why? Because this is as there is no such image, but still it's telling like a, so we are just we are seeing that image is not present, right? So what we can do, we can go to Docker Hub, hub.docker.com, and you can search for the image called FoxuTech. I'm gonna just put a FoxuTech. There is no result because there is no image for that particular name, right? So you can understand first thing is the image is not present, even there is no such a path is available, right? So like that, this could be the one reason. So we may face the issue, right? And the second thing, tags may be changed or missing or incorrect. So once you are using a tag for deployment, so the tags can be like a version, or tags can be a commit ID, or tags can be a Jenkins job ID or Bamboo job ID, anything it can be, right? So when you are using such a tag, you should be aware of it. Use it frequent. What tag you are using. So if you use any kind of a wrong configuration, like let's say like you are using a tag called latest, or you are using a tag called V1, and someone from your team unknowingly they deleted the version 1 or V1 tag and they replaced it with V2. So what happened obviously? So your image will be start failing like there is no such a version. So I'm gonna say that same. So as we see in the demo, right? So we're gonna run again the run command. I'm gonna add again one more thing. So in the run command, I'm gonna little modify the values. So you can see I'm using a demo one, and this time I'm changing the pod as image 2, and this image name I'm gonna use. Let's use nginx colon, and the tag should be anything, right? It should be fail. So for fixing that, sorry, failing that, I'm gonna say FoxuTech as a tag. Obviously, it won't be there. So let's try to deploy this. So when we do so, it's done, and let's check the pod detail. Get pod -n demo, and you can see still it's in image pull error, and so still it will be continue for some more time, and it's try to fill it. So you can fail now, right? So now let's try to describe and see what is the reason it's telling. So describe evo and ifn demo as a namespace, right? So again the same error. The reason is completely not well known because it's just giving outline. The image pull got error. How you can identify? So as we checked about the events, same thing we can do it again, and we can see. So now we have tried to deploy it nginx FoxuTech. This is the tag we used, and it's telling pull the image, unpack the image, and fail to resolve this package, and there is nothing is not found, no tags are fine. Obviously, it's no tags found. So you have to verify the tag. So when you say like a no tag not found, in the sense there is no such a tag. So your image also, this will be the same. As it's a public one, you are seeing like this. If you are using your private images, so you may see almost similar error, and it may say this is not found. So what you have to do when you are getting such error, so you just again log into your hub, Docker Hub, or you can go with your private repositories and just go to that image and see what all the available tags are there, and which tag you are trying, the tag is available, right? So you can go to the tag and you can see it here. Either you can filter it, or you can just scroll up and see that. Okay. So this one thing you have to take a look on that. So what is the third reason? Could be complete image may be missing. So there is no such a image even. So this happens due to two reasons. One reason could be the image is not pushed to the repository yet, right? So let me show you my Azure container registry. So which is there is no any image. Okay, so let's say there is no image, and this is my repository, so container repository, and there is one Nginx I have pushed. So nothing else, right? So or let's go to public one and see that. So let me log into my Docker repository. So I have logged in, and I'm going to see my Docker images, and you can see it here. So let me search for the Nginx as an image, right? So do I have Nginx? Okay, I have Nginx. Let me see something called VCBox. Do I have VCBox? VCBox. Okay, there is no such image, so it won't give you any result, right? So let me do now the another demo. So this time we're gonna say like a Motoskia. I'm gonna say my repository is Motoskia slash VCBox, and I'm gonna name it this time as the image 3, and this is created. Let's get the pod details till it's in image full, and let's give one more minute. Perfect. So we can see this error, and let's jump into the events and see that what it's showing, and it's telling it's denied or failed, doesn't exist, maybe record authentication. So as we know, there is no images, and this is a public repo, and it's not present. So you can see that. And also one more issue could be like there is no proper naming is given. Again, there could be some unexpected typo, or if you are automating something and there is some unexpected space got added, right? So there is a highly possible reason, but it's just no, it won't happen all the times, but in case, right? So we may add unknownly, there is some gap between the values, and it may search something, or we may add iPhone or underscore or any kind of a value unknownly, and that may also cause us a issue like this, right? So these all the could be possible reasons, and the next reason could be, so image may be provided and it's not authorized. So when this has happened, so if you followed our last article, like which is nothing but private repository. So we have demonstrated the container registry. I'll be adding this to the description. You can check that. So in that, what happened? So what we did, so we have logged into our repository, and then we have added the secret to the secrets file. Then we have deployed our image, right? So that could be another reason. So the image may be private and there is some authentication failure. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to see that options here is here. So cat secret. So, okay, let's not see that, and I'm going to see ACR sample. So what I'm going to do, so these options are mandatory, but still as we have to fail it, right? So let me comment this out. So we're going to create this pod and see. So let's do that. For that, kubectl apply -f ACR sample -n demo, right? So when we do this, its pod got created. Let's check the pod, and it's trying to pull the image. If I have authenticated, it should work. And let's see again. Right. So this time it's running because I have authenticated. I think the image is already under cluster. So we know there is no such image. I'm going to deploy this v1 and let's see what this does now. Okay, so image got failed because there is no such version. Check events. Oh, right. So here you can see, so fail to authorize and fetch the anonymous token, it's unauthorized, right? So when you see that unauthorized access, this could be a reason. Even if you have to check one thing, it doesn't mean the unauthorized is there. So what you have to do, you go to your repository's registry and check the images exist or not. If the images exist and you are seeing there is an error called 401, in the sense you are really failing with your authentication. If there is no image and still it's telling unauthorized, in the sense it's giving a one of the option, it's either not found, you have to read it again. So either it's not found or it could be another reason it's not authenticated. So we know that it's not authentication issue, but here and our issue is it's not found. But here what we are trying to reproduce is unauthorized access, right? So what I'm going to do now, so let me do this Docker images. I'm going to tag this Nginx latest Docker tag image ID, and I'm going to say colon v1, right? I'm going to say v1, and this time I'm going to push this image to my repository. Push. Right. The image is pushed and Docker, sorry, kubectl get. Let's see the secrets are there first. Secrets -n demo. So this is just access token. So this is not needed. So we are seeing there is no secrets are available at this moment. Let's try to create the secret. So with the secret, what we're gonna do? So we're gonna authenticate this ACR class. ACR, right? So for that, what we have to do, so you can refer our blog. The command is straightforward. Let me show you the command. So the command is with the CLI. You can do you can use two options. So either you can use CLI or you can use the secret file. But when you are using a secret file, make sure the values are base 64 encoded. Okay. So let me put you the command. So for that, we need authentication details. So I'm going access keys. I'm copying this password and I'm putting this in my repository, and my command is ready. I'm gonna say ACR secret demo namespace. So let's create this. See, this is the command kubectl create secret and which registry and what is the name of the secret, which namespace, what is the server detail. This is FoxuTech and username and password, right? So now let's list the secret on the demo namespace. You can see there is a name, this file is created, right? So let's see that and let's open a ACR sample. And I'm gonna say this here. Right. So now we are good. So always make sure the indentation is proper, otherwise you may face the issue like your script is not work. So I'm gonna say like kubectl create, sorry, apply -f, file name -n, the namespace is demo. Okay. So I made a mistake. What I did, and pod update maybe change the field. Okay, so I'm using a same name, so this is happens. Always change the name. I'm using a pod name as one, and I'm saving this, and let's apply now. Now it should work. So now kubectl get pod -n demo as a namespace, and we're gonna see. So this is getting restart. It's not ready, and this is failing. So let's see that first, why it's restarting. So let's describe it first. Describe -po and name -n demo. Okay, there is no reason, but we're gonna pull it on the event side. It's a manifest one, but unfortunately it's getting, okay, this is we given correctly, so it's working fine. So the other case, like what bad happens, so we may give the wrong details. So what such as details we may give? Theme is your sample. So we may give the details of either the image name is wrong or the pull always is wrong, right? So or the secret's name we may give a wrong name, or the secret may not be created. Okay, so that's what we have did now. So always make sure any of these cases are not happen. So your image is there and you are having a proper secrets are created. So and secrets are defined properly in the YAML, and also you have a secret name is correctly defined on the file, right? And the secrets are correct. So another reason could be like a secrets are correct. Why? Because maybe the password got changed. So you may seen when I have tried to log in, so I have changed the password, right? When I create the secret, because my passwords are getting changed very often. So due to that, I have to keep changing my password. Otherwise, what happens? Obviously, the error will be thrown, like the file is not exist and this is failing, or the credential is wrong, right? And along with this, there is a couple more reasons. So one more reason is called network issue. So it won't happen in the public cloud. If you are using any kind of a public cloud, this happens very rarely. But when you are using your Docker image in your private organization, like a private site, or if you are using your images in the let's say like you are using your ACR image on your on-premises, right? If there is any kind of a firewall is blocking, or your DNS is not able to resolve the domain name, right? Or you may have some restrictions. So on the time, what happens? You may get the error like this, server is misbehaving, or there is no solution, unable to resolve, right? So this kind of errors may happen. So when you see such errors, either on the describe parts or either on the event, so you have to check your networking section also. Either it may be your firewall issue, or your DNS server has some issues, or DNS server unable to resolve such a names. So this widely happens even within an organization. If you are using a private link, Azure is providing a private link, and you are using everything within your private cloud. So on that time, obviously this could be the another reason or another issue you may face. So what you have to do, you have to reach your networking team and our DNS team to add the domain with the private IP address with the private link. So that will help you to solve to the DN. They have to add to the DNS server. So then you have to able to resolve it. Or if you are using on-premises with the cross platform, like you are running on the cloud, in either in the Azure ECR, ACR or ECR from AWS or GCR from the Google Cloud. So any of the things if you are using, and there is a restriction to access public domains, right? By default, every organization has a restriction for the public accesses. You may get whitelist such a domains on the your DNS server. So these all the things could be happen on the networking issue, or your server doesn't have a proper internet connection, and that also one of the good reason to happen. But this is very rare because there will be another image maybe working fine, and this only image is failing in the sense. So this could be a DNS error. Okay. So another key reason is kind of like a rate limit. So not sure you guys are familiar. So so last year starting or a year back, so Docker has introduced a feature called rate limit. So you can pull only 100 to 200 container images for 6 hours. Doesn't matter your organization or short like a startup or you're using a big organization, it's applicable when you're using open source Docker. So if you want to increase, you have to request them and you have to buy for the team account or pro account. So there will be a rate limit will be increased. Or when you are using a GCR or ECR, even they do have such a rate limit, and you can refer this page and based on your service, whatever you are after. So you can read that limit and you can see that. And in that case, what you have to do, like you have to see the how you can improve that or how you can reduce the consumption of that. Or if you are using such a tool, the tool called Artifactory or any kind of inbuilt Docker registries, like there is a tool, other tools we have, Arbor. So we have covered even those in this section. So you can use that. You can read that, sorry. Arbor. Such tools you can use. It's mainly used for the cloud native container registries. So this kind of tools may help you to overcome such a rate limit. I'm not suggesting to move, but this kind of tools are there and it has a very good features and you can make use of this. Or if you want to stick with the cloud or the particular limited environment, check check in more detail what you can do best and how you can increase the rate limit and how you can optimize this kind of numbers, right? So these are the reasons could be happen. So when you are facing error, image pull error, so please check these options. Hope this is helpful. So keep try and you can fail yourself and try to reproduce that error and try to fix it in your test environment. So that may give you more hands-on experience. So you may get familiar with those. And whenever the error occurs, you will have a straightforward answer and you can quickly troubleshoot this. So this kind of things will help us to reduce any kind of issue happen and so we can troubleshoot such issues very quickly, right? So we're gonna see more errors or more such things regularly. So please follow us and if you have any suggestion, please share us so that will improve us or we can improve ourselves and we can deliver the best thing. Or if you like to cover any other important topics, so please feel free to let us know. We can try to accommodate it. Happy learning, guys. Keep learn, keep going. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.